Hey guys, Alicia from Love Letter Generation. Hope you're all doing well. I'm on here today with a sequin storage video. So a few people have asked if I could do a video on how I store my sequins. And I recently purchased these containers from Kmart Australia. And you'll be able to see these in under my YouTube videos, maybe a couple of hauls back. And these 12 storage containers were only $4 each. So I grabbed 8 of these and I thought I would see how well they work to store my sequins in. So I haven't quite found the perfect way to store my sequins, so I thought these would work really well. In the past, I have tried to store my sequins in these types of containers here, and I found that this just didn't work for me because you've got all the little different compartments, but I find that they're really hard to get the sequins out. So I end up getting a lot of sequins sort of stuck in the corner, and then they're really hard to grab when you want to use them. So I thought I would try these screw top bottles, and then I can easily just sort of tip them out when I am creating mixes. So I've still got all these ones still stuck in here, so I'll have to probably find a way to transfer these over into these containers here, but I might not do that today. I'm not too sure. If you guys see how I store my sequins right now, it is so bad. I also found one of the storage containers has a crack in it, but I'm not going to be taking that back because to me that's just a waste of time. And I ordered all these online and they were only $4, so I can't really complain. So I've left this one still in its packaging for now, just in case I don't need it for today. But I'll just move all these to the side and then I will show you how I store my sequins. Well, they're not really being stored. They're they're just such a mess. It's just, I had to do something about it. It's awful when you see what I'm about to show you. So this is currently how I am storing my sequins. So it's just in one of those big canvas sort of storage boxes, and they're just all just sitting in their packages from when I purchased them. And they're just, it's hard to find like the sequin colors that you're after when you're wanting to create a mix. Like I have to dig through this whole entire box. It's such a mess, and it's just not good organization, and it's not ideal. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be organizing some of these into the containers. This is probably going to be quite a long video, quite possibly. So maybe go grab yourselves a cup of tea or whatever you like. And yeah, this is going to be more for relaxation. I know there's a few of you out there that would find this type of video extremely boring. But I had quite a few requests from people saying that they love to watch like sequin storage type videos. So I thought that's what I would do. So I'm just going to try and pour the sequins into the containers. And I'm going to try and find the ones that I've got the most sequins of, so the jars sort of don't look half empty, or yeah, almost empty I should say. And then if I have double ups of some of the same colors, I can add them as well. And I'm just trying not to create a mess, and it's hard to get them out of the bag sometimes. They tend to stick. They get a bit of static, but if you give them a bit of a shake, I might end up only missing a few sequins out of the packaging. I can always scrape those out later. So I think I'm going to do mainly probably the main colours that I use in one, and then if I want to later, I can then rearrange them in colour sequence. So, oh, I've got sequins stuck on my fingers. So for now, I'm just going to add all the sequins into the containers and then decide on whether or not I want to colour coordinate them. Oh, that's a very squeaky lid. So there's our first one. It's such a pretty colour, and I have more sequins on order. I just I thought I'd go ahead with this video instead of waiting, so then it's not so much work later, and then when all my new sequins come in, then I can just pop them into these containers. So I'm just seeing what else I have. These are really pretty as well. So I end up purchasing most of my sequins from AliExpress, but recently I have done a haul from quite a few Australian scrapbooking online stores. So I do have some sequins coming from, I'm just trying to think now of Craft Giraffe, and I think it was either Scrapping Clearly or Scrap Boutique. I'm not too sure. I have been purchasing quite a few things lately, and I'm waiting on those to arrive. And I've got some really gorgeous colours coming in from Ali as well. Okay. So, for those of you that want to remove static from your plastic containers, just a little tip. I have heard, but I haven't tried it out yet, that if you use a dryer sheet in your plastic bottles, which they kind of look like a wet wipe, only you don't want them being too wet with it being a container. But apparently the more humidity you sort of have with your plastic, the less likely you're going to have static. So if you try to wipe your plastic containers out with, for example, a paper towel or something like that, then that's going to cause static. But if you're using like a fiber type dryer sheet, that contains sort of like fabric softener and fragrances and things, and that's meant to help remove static in your plastic containers. But I find that these aren't going to cause too much static. It depends on the type of sequins. So as you can see here, these ones, the matte, they have more static in them compared to your iridescent type shiny sequins. So you'll find that these have less static compared to your matte ones. So as you guys can see there, these ones were quite easy to get out of the plastic, whereas these ones weren't. So just so you can see the difference in the types of sequins and which ones are more have more static than others. Oops, I just tried to put that in there and then I realized that I have it closed. Oh, that noise. So that is such a pretty colour. I love that. I've been using these in some of my recent projects, which you guys will see in some upcoming videos. So I'm just trying to see what colours that I have the most in that I can pop across. See, I'm not too sure whether that's worth putting in the jars yet, so I might keep my smaller packs to the side and just try and fill up my bigger sort of packets. Okay, I'll just have some water. Sorry, I've been so parched lately, and I'm pretty sure I've got like I'm waking up in the mornings with bad allergies. Like I'm quite congested, and we are going into, well, autumn now, so I think it's autumn next week, which is an odd time to have hay fever. But I don't think it matters anymore. The way the weather's going, it's always hot, cold, raining, like it's all over the place. So say all the pollens are going a bit crazy. So I hope you guys find this video relaxing. I know there are a lot of you out there that love these kinds of videos. So for those that don't, then yeah, don't watch. It's as simple as that. Oh, these are such a gorgeous colour. Like, how pretty are these colours? So you can't get pretty coloured sequins like this in Crafty stores here in Australia. Not this good compared to what you get from AliExpress. Like, these colours are just gorgeous. And I tend to grab mine from a whole heap of different sellers on AliExpress. So I can't remember if it's... Is it Michael Anderson? Because I used to sometimes accidentally say David Anderson. I'm like, no, I don't think it's David Anderson. I think it's the Michael Anderson Sequin shop. So I usually, yeah, get them from the Michael Anderson Sequin shop off AliExpress. And then recently I've just been going by, like, I've been wanting some more sort of different colours. So I've been trying to find, oh no, I made a mess of that one. So I've been trying to find other suppliers on AliExpress, but as I said, I'm still waiting on them. Oh, look at this gorgeous mess. I can't complain. This is a good kind of mess to have. It's so funny because my husband finds sequins like in our bed. We have sequins everywhere in our house. That's the life of a crafter, isn't it? You're going to find bits and pieces everywhere. Especially here in our craft room. But yeah, they tend to, I don't know, sometimes maybe like stick to my socks or get stuck in my pockets or something. And then you go and hop in bed and then you've got a whole heap of, yeah, you find sequins and glitter and shred and all kinds of things. All right, let me grab a whole bundle and see if any of these are... Oops, that one's coming out. So this is a really pretty pink mix that someone gifted to me for my birthday challenge. So I might actually put my mix sequins in a different, like, storage container. So I'm going to try and keep all my solids together and then my mixes together, if that makes sense. And again, a sparkly mess. This mix is so gorgeous. I love all the pinks in it. So pretty. And I love that these containers have so much room. Like the 24 pack, I just found would be too small to store sequins. So at least this way, I have enough room. So gorgeous. That one's too little. We have a dark green, we have a peach. Oh, here we go. Here's some fun colours. Oops. Just dropping sequins everywhere. Such a pretty green. Oh my gosh. So I have my new my new wax melt burning that I recently hauled as well from Kmart, just over here, and I have the salted caramel scent in there at the moment. Oh, it smells so good. How gorgeous is that mix? This mix I find is perfect if you're working with collections that have a lot of green in it. So for example, Flourish, Willow Lane. These are like a pretty sunflower yellow. You have to try and tip the bags to a certain angle as well, because these bags do have two little holes for you to hang them up if you need to on a hook. So just be careful you don't tilt the bag where the two little holes are, because the sequins are going to end up going everywhere. So for example, see how you've got the holes there in the bag. You don't want to tip your sequins in like that, because then they're going to go straight out the hole and you're going to miss the container completely. So you want to do it sort of on an angle. I think that's about the best I can do with that one. How pretty. I actually think I'm going to have enough containers for my sequins, to be honest, because not all of them are going to fit. Like I said, I'm going to just put all like my favorite ones, all my pretty ones in these containers, and then I'm just going to have the little sort of scrappy bits maybe stored in maybe that other container that I just showed you before. So I haven't even filled up one whole like pack of 12 yet, so but at some point I might cut this video, because I don't want you sitting here watching me do that whole entire sequins box all day. That's just going to bore everyone to death. Seeing if I can get a little bit more out of that. Don't want to waste too many. So each pack is, you know, you get a few little scraggly ones left. But yeah, I'm not too fussed. For the price you pay, it's, yeah, it's not such a big deal for a few sequins missing. All right, what else do we have a lot of? I don't have many of these cream, but like I said, I'm going to go through all these and see if I have, because I should say I'll most likely have double ups of some of these. So be careful not to put them in the flame. And we do not want a fire. Oh, I didn't even open that. And I also have my new vinyl mat down as well, which, yeah, is looking quite nice. I'd rather work on something that's a bit nicer and that I can remove instead of ruining my craft table, which my husband, you know, made for us. I think it was just before Christmas. It might have been around, yeah, November, I think. We changed up our craft space. We just wanted to have a big giant craft table that we can both access, because I used to craft at the dining table because the lighting was really good. And I have a desk in my craft room which has my nice big pink board that has all like my Maggie Holmes and crepe paper collections on it. But the only problem with that was that, I don't know if that's enough. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some big amounts of sequins. Oh, these are so pretty, but I don't think that's enough. I might have to purchase more of these ones. These ones, ugh. I'm not a big fan of these ones. They are not my kind of colours. So I'm just going to leave those to the side there for the moment. What was I saying? Yes, so I have a craft desk right under where I keep my like craft board with all my pretty collections on it, but it's in a corner, so you don't really get good lighting. I'm not sure these are going to fit. They're way too big, but they're really pretty. I think I dropped one somewhere. There it is. So this is a pretty little mix from the reject shop, and it has a whole heap of gold glittery stars and big iridescent pieces, but it's quite large, so it's possibly going to take up quite a few containers. As you guys can see there, like how big these pieces are. They're gigantic. So I might just do that one like that. Anyway, so I got distracted. As I was saying, the lighting was really bad. So my husband decided to make us one big giant craft table and stick it in the middle of our crafty room. And now we love it. It's just so much easier. I've got sequins as well, still in packs. So I'm thinking maybe I might just leave those in there for now. Ugh, these sequins, I thought they were going to be a lot more prettier in person, but they're just, ugh. They're kind of like a orangey pink. I'm not really a big fan of these. They're just not my sort of colour. They're almost cross between a fluoro pink and orange, and it's just, no, it's a bit too out there for me. So I'm not a big fan of these ones. But that's why you can see I have so many of them. Because I barely use them. Alright, so let's let's see what we've got here. We've got yellow. Oh, I'm getting pins and needles in my feet. That's not fun. Gold. I don't know whether to color coordinate or just do it in like my favorite colors, even though that's not my favorite color. And that's a mix one, so that'll go in a different container. So for now, I might just pop these pretties in here. Oh, they've even got, I just noticed, a bit of plastic on the top of the lid, which is handy. Might save that. I can use that for sticking embellishments on and packaging up. So I might just do a few more and then quite possibly end it, because you guys don't need to see me popping in sequins all day long. This drink bottle was from my my bestie Tennille at Paper Milkshake, and it's such a nice Starbucks drink bottle, and you can pop hot drinks and cold drinks in here, so I use that every day. It's so good. We have some big orange coloured ones, kind of like a peachy orange. And I believe I purchased these ones from Crafty online. This big colour one. Actually not such a bad colour. And then I have colours like, this one's okay, but again, I don't use it as often. It's like a really sort of bright watermelon pink, but it is better than this one here. Like, and these are like purpley iridescent stars, which again, I don't even think I've used these. I think this is a whole brand new packet. I'm not a big fan of purple, but I do like lilacs and mauve colours, just not purple. So much static. I'm going to have to look into getting some of those cloths. I am making a mess. Big, giant, crafty mess. I also had one of my YouTube followers, Karen. She was asking me if I could do a sewing video, tips of sewing with paper crafts. The only thing is, Karen, I don't know a whole lot about sewing. I pretty much just bought a brother sewing machine from Spotlight like maybe 10 years ago, before I even started paper crafting. I just wanted to try and learn how to sew. Then I got into paper crafting, and that's basically when I pulled out my sewing machine. So I've just used that same Brother sewing machine that I have had for years. Oh, that's a mix. I forgot that goes with the mixes. We'll just stick that one in there. So yeah, I've been using the same sewing machine for years, which is just a Brother. Just trying to see if I can see what type of Brother it is. Give me a sec and I'll just go check out what type of Brother it is. So it's a Brother JS1 410, and it was reasonably priced. It wasn't too expensive. I think I only paid around the $200, $300 range for it, so it's nothing fancy. It has about 14 different styles of stitches on it, and I find that one just works perfectly with paper. I can stitch through like vinyl, acetate, cardstock paper, vellum, but not like cardboard or anything sort of heavy duty like that. You would need to have a really good thick needle if you wanted to stitch through cardboard. But yeah, as far as tips go, that's sort of what I do and what I use. I did recently haul a new little mini black sewing machine by Timber and Thread, but I'm not too sure, like I haven't pulled that out yet and tried sewing with paper with it yet, so I'm not too sure whether or not that works, but I just know my Brother one works really well for paper. So you don't need to go out and buy one of those big expensive sewing machines. And yes, I would love to have all those fancy stitches, but then you're going into like a really expensive range of sewing machines if you want more different varieties. And I pretty much just use straight stitch on my sewing machine when I'm sewing paper anyway. I use the straight stitch the most, and then sometimes I might use the zigzag stitch. It just sort of depends on what you're crafting and wanting to do, like how you want to decorate your designs. Oh no, this one is a little bit full. So this is some pink Christmas trees, and that is going to overflow. So as you can tell, I haven't used this packet yet either, so I probably should have kept it in there. So I hope that helps for those of you, wanting to know about sewing on paper and bits and pieces like that. I'm just only going by my experiences and what I've used. And oh, that's too big, way too big. What do we got here? Oh gosh, that's too small. Not sure about this green sort of colour. I got spider webs again. They're probably not going to fit. That one, I don't know why. I think I kept this to reuse the packaging if I wanted to. You know, no wastage. I got black spiders for Halloween. Maybe I can do a Halloween sequin box, so then I've got all the Halloween sort of colours in together. And now I'll just pop these champagne sparkly gold ones in. And this one is going to fill the jar. But look at that, no wastage. There's literally 2 sequins left in there. Oops, which I was able to get out. There we go. Because I know these ones do cost a little bit more. Oh, so pretty. I don't know, I'm just sticking them in here for now. I've got these lilac ones again, which I don't think I've used, so this might fill the container up. Might have a bit left over. But as far as fitting in your usual sort of little size sequin bags from AliExpress, these fit into the containers quite well. And some packets obviously are just a bit bigger than others, so you're not going to be able to fit them all in like these bigger, larger ones. These have got a like a bend in them, so they're those like bendy sort of sequins. And this is the type of colour that I like, not the dark purple. I like this kind of pinky, lilac-y, mauve sort of purple, where it's nice and pale. So pretty. Oh, just love sequins. Okay, let's do this horrible green colour. I don't know where my lid's gone. There it is. So I think after this, I am going to pop my favourite music on and just do these sequins with music. I love listening to music when I am crafting and doing crafty things. It just gets me going, like brings me so much joy. But you can't listen to music when you're doing YouTube videos. All right. That I think has absolutely nothing in it. I don't know why I've got that. So I think I might just finish filling this 12 pack and leave it at that and let you guys get on your way. Don't want to hold you up too long. I also have so many other things that I have to do. I've got so many projects that I need to be working on at the moment. Ooh. stuck. So if any of you guys out there have any, like, oh, stuffed that up, didn't I? Any tips on how you store your sequins, or any other tips based on sequins and organization and storage, yeah, feel free to comment down below and share with us your experiences and your knowledge. Because I am the type of crafter, I'm a hands-on learner, so I was never taught by anyone, or I never watched anything to learn how to craft. I just sort of started doing it, and then, you know, just by looking at images, I was able to just create things. And yeah, just cleaning up these little sequins that I dropped. I love these color sort of gold champagne sequins. I'm pretty sure I have more of these coming from AliExpress. What else do I have that I can pop in? I love these, but they're not really gonna, I may as well just keep these, I think, in these packets. So these are usually grabbed from scrapbook.com. They have like the kit where it's from Craft Medley cup sequins, and they come in all different shades of colors. So this is like the pinks and purples pack. And I've also had a couple gifted to me by pen pals as well. So yeah, otherwise you can order them online from scrapbook.com. But for my Australians out there, yeah, I usually order from AliExpress. And then you can also find things on Craft Online. They do a fair bit of sequins. Like I was saying, Craft Giraffe, they had quite a few sequins in their shop, so I've got some coming from them. Sassy Scrappers have a few, but not really a whole lot in sequins. I think she used to do them and then just stopped doing them over the years. You can get some sequins from Spotlight, but it's not like a huge range, so like you can't get many. So I find it best to find them online. I know there are some really good ones you can get in America from, oh, I'm just trying to think of the name of the shop. Is it Cartwright Sequins? But yeah, that'd just be too, I think, expensive for Australians and that to purchase from them, with all the, you know, international postal costs and, you know, money conversion, all of that. It ends up being a bit costly. So, because I've got some black and white spotty polka dot sequins from Cartwright's that I'm really wanting, but I just can't get my hands on them. Not too sure about this. This is what I'm talking about, where like you find your smaller sequins are more staticky than your bigger sequins. So I'm really struggling to get these ones out. I thought I'd let you guys know as well. I thought I'd tell you where I get, or where I find all my craft supplies from, and what you can, like, what my favorite things are to grab from these craft stores in Australia. So I mainly tend to shop with Sassy Scrapper, Scrap Boutique, Scrapping Clearly, Spotlight, Craft Online, and also now Craft Giraffe, because I found that they had quite a few really nice things. You'll see me do a haul video soon with Craft Giraffe of some really cool things that I found that I didn't think I'd be able to get here in Australia. So stay tuned for that one. My ghosties are way too big. They're not going to fit in there. I've got some little pink stars. They might just fit. It's quite a full pack. These are 3mm. They're so tiny. So from Spotlight, I find that that's a good place to find trims and also like acetate, like your 12 by 12 sort of single sheets of paper. That's what I usually purchase from Spotlight. Your glues, adhesive glues and tapes and things like that. And I love to get my mylar acetate and my DIY acetate from Spotlight, as well as my scissors, like my favorite scissors. So that's what I find Spotlight's good for. And also like your little jewelry findings and things like that. Sassy Scrappers, I find always has like her shipping is always really fast, and it's not like too costly, her shipping. It's usually only about $8.95 and it arrives fairly quick, and she always has a lot of the newer collections. So she will always have Maggie Holmes collections, which you guys know is my favorite paper crafting collection. So from Scrap Boutique, I find that she has a really good variety of new craft collections. And then I also love that when she's had them in her shop for quite some time, she ends up doing like a discount, like a sale and a clearance type sale. So you can usually get a lot of her American crafts type. So for example, I think last week she had on sale some older like Maggie Holmes collections that had like 25-30% off. She had Jen Hadfield on sale. She had Paige Evans on sale. So I find she's good for that. So that was Scrap Boutique. Scrapping Clearly, I find that they're really good for finding old patterned papers. So for example, like your 12 by 12 double-sided patterned papers, if you're into the older Maggie Holmes collections, she has a fair bit of that. And also a lot of like Australian brands. And then Craft Online just has a good variety, so you can find like Nouveau drops and, like I said, sequins and things like that from Craft Online, as well as usually a whole variety and range of different paper like craft collections, and also some of the older American crafts collections as well. And then Craft Giraffe, I found they had collections that I haven't seen on any other online Australian craft sort of stores. So for example, I saw that they had the new Damask Love collection. They had a whole heap of new Frank Garcia Prima collections. They had a lot of pretty like Nouveau, Nouveau drops and sprays. They had a heap of, I think it was Heidi Swap on sale, lots of Heidi Swap, and like sparklets and sequins and all those sorts of fun things. So those are my main two, like go-to, I should say, online craft stores, and I hope I haven't missed anyone. And every now and then, well, I guess sort of before COVID hit, the nasty C word, I did purchase from scrapbook.com as well, and I've also purchased from Frank Garcia's website as well in the past. It's just then America changed their shipping, and they said they weren't going to send out to like Australia and New Zealand and other countries anymore. So I sort of haven't been, ordering internationally sort of lately because they can't ship it to us. I think they can if they try and choose or find a different courier, but it ends up costing more money. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure why they did that. It's just, yeah, it's not fair. We want to be able to send international, you know, all our Happy Mail and our packages and be able to do swaps. So there we go. These are also quite a pretty color, but again, really dark. So I don't use a whole lot of these dark ones. It's just, I wanted to have a really good variety of sequins in my stash. So let's see what else I have. I've got so many, it's not funny. And then more coming. Like, there's no way I can fit these in. So I might have to keep all the big ones separate. Let's do these little clear ones. They've got a couple little gold pieces in them. And then I think we will leave it at that. I hope this, it's so messy. Wonder if I can get out those little gold pieces in there, because that kind of, I don't know, you don't want a big sort of gold copper piece in your iridescent sequins. I'm not sure I'll be able to get it. I'm gonna dig. I think one went in there. Be able to get that one. Where'd it go? There we go. It's stuck on there. It's like a big chunk of gold glitter stuck on that iridescent sequin. No, and I don't think I can get it off. Oh. Let me get you. I think I got him. That little gold one there. He can go away. And I think there's another one sitting here on top. That's much easier to get out. Oh, actually, I think that's purple. Oh, it's purple on one side and then gold on the other. That's interesting. All right. All right, guys, so I would say I think that is it. And I think I'll leave it here. I'll end it like this. So like I said, I don't want to hold you guys up too long because this really is a timely process. It's not going to just happen in one day. So oops, I got some sequins stuck on there. So there we go. There's my new storage for my sequin mixes, and I think that'll work out really nicely. I can see, you know, what I am grabbing out. I can see all the colors quite easily. So pretty. Sorry about the glare as well. And yeah, it looks like I've got another whole 8 containers of sequins to do, so I'm going to be busy. So I'm going to go grab a cup of tea and a snack, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, thanks for watching guys, and take care. Bye.